What's up, viewer? This is your girl Mary Lee Davis, aka Mary Mack. Today is 8/19/2013. 19 is always a number that is used, I believe, for something negative. I'm going to try to flip it though and make it something positive. As you can see my background, I got the cross, I got a chain with a lock on it, and I got a Cadillac. Uh, Let me just show you right fast. I got one right here. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. You see this? This look like the dog tag from people who've been in the army, but mine's come for the Cadillac shoes, right? I threw two of them away. I had five altogether. I threw two of them away though. This is the dream that I'm looking forward to. You understand what I'm saying? Uh, that I have. The reality. I would love to see these dog tags, that's what I'm going to call them, these Cadillac dog tags changed into a drop-top Cadillac truck. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's something I came up with. Now, a lot of people, they don't want to see that happen because, I'm an African-American, aggressive woman, that a lot of men just can't stand. I don't know why, but I'm breaking them. I'm breaking them from that mentality of not liking me. I'm trying my best. I'm not looking for no one to kiss my butt or anything, but I'm not going to kiss any of theirs either. It's called mutual respect for one another. That's what I'm trying to get people to have, regardless of race. I have to say that. That's why I have my white do-rag on today. You understand what I'm saying? But I got my Nike shirt on too. And, this is going to be kind of like a Michael Jordan video and a Mary Mack video and a whole bunch of stuff. But in the end, you'll get where I'm going with this. Now, everybody loves Michael Jordan. And, I was, I ain't gonna lie. When I first got my first pair of Jordans, I paid $50 on the street. Somebody must have stole them, but all I thought about was the price. You understand what I'm saying? The price was cheaper than what they was getting in the store, which was about $100, and they done got ridiculous now with gym shoes to the point, that's just another form of gun violence as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to call this video Rapid Fire. That's what I'm going to call it. Yeah, so I remember that. I got my first Jordans for $50. The first ones that came out, you know the ones. It was white with a little red around the edges and stuff. Yeah, I remember that. And now I know why I ended up getting them for $50, because somebody knew that I was going to have to talk about what I'm about to talk about. And basically it's jealousy and envy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you got a lot of people that's in the sports field playing baseball, football, soccer, basketball, tennis. And a lot of them don't want to put that hard work in that it takes to be a champion. See, a lot of people think champions are made, but they're not. Champions are born. The ones that's made are the ones that's cheating, taking steroids, uh, you know, sabotaging another opponent's advantage over them. Kind of like that ice skating incident. I can't remember the two white girls, but I'm sure you can. I don't like thinking all the time because I like my viewers to, use their head and try to remember things. But I know who I'm trying to remember. I just can't call their name right now. So, yeah, the blonde one, she sabotaged the dark hair white girl. These was two white girls going at it or whatever, because she was jealous of the other one. You understand what I'm saying? It was a big scandal. But when it came to Michael Jordan, everybody knows he was the best. Number one, I called him in my book, you know. But then came Ivan Anderson, the answer. I felt for a little guy, he would have, sat Michael down. And Michael must have known that as well because they gave that boy so much of a problem, Ivan Anderson. You understand what I'm saying? They gave him so many problems. It was his hair, it was his tattoos, it was the fact that he liked hip hop. No, it was just basically the fact that Michael Jordan found somebody that everybody else looked up to as well, and the spotlight wasn't on him as much. And the white man had invested a lot of money in Michael Jordan and his $100 gym shoes, and they had plans for him, and they didn't want nobody else to interfere in their scheme of things. That's basically what it was. And but not only that, Ivan Anderson was a rebellious type person, something like me. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want to go against the grain, but at the same time, we are underdogs, okay? And cats, and you know, basically the answers to a lot of people's problems or whatever. But some people don't want to deal with change. You understand what I'm saying? Change is something that happens every day. You understand what I'm saying? But nobody really wants to acknowledge the fact that change has to happen. People are going to get older. Somebody's going to be better and brighter and, make more than you did. Michael was basically a trendsetter. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? For people to look up to and model and, go for it once he's no longer in the game, like now. But what he didn't want was somebody to take the spotlight while he was still growing and becoming who he was. And that was supposed to be the greatest of all time. But see, Michael had flaws too. And Scottie Pippen can tell you that. I could just tell by the look on Scottie Pippen's face, if he could write a tell-all book, you understand what I'm saying? Michael wouldn't be the Michael that, people claimed him to be. For real, for real. Matter of fact, I was more of a Scottie Pippen fan than anything. But because when I wrote my poem, here's a few people I look up to and admire. You understand what I'm saying? He just happened to be the hottest thing at the time. But in all actuality, it was Pippen setting them up for them shots. You understand what I'm saying? See, people forget who set you up to get what you got and become the greatest of all time. You understand what I'm saying? Rarely do the sidekick get the attention. It's always the drive. You understand what I'm saying? For real. They need to make cars with one-seaters because there's a lot of selfish people in the world. Yeah, but, even the white man shitted on Michael. You understand what I'm saying? With that third championship, they like making money, but when you good at what you do, all the time. And you can't lose. You're on fire. You understand what I'm saying? They don't like that. That third championship, they did not like that. Now, they said that Michael Jordan's father got killed by some kids who didn't know it was Michael Jordan's father. When everybody knows Michael Jordan's father, especially a couple of African Americans. You understand what I'm saying? Teenage boys. Now, come on now. Then they say they killed his father because of a debt that he owed for gambling. Now, everybody knows Michael Jordan had money. He could have easily paid that debt. You see where I'm going with this? If they did kill his father, it was only because they wanted to break Michael Jordan down to his knees. And you know when that happened and he won that third championship, or was it the third? Yeah. I'm trying to figure out which one came first. His father had to die first, and then it was the third championship that he won. But if you notice, he was passing the ball all the time he was passing. It was like he really didn't want to win that sucker and shit because they must have got in his ear and told him, nigga, you moving too fast. You understand what I'm saying? He needs you to slow down. You know, we ain't trying to pay you all that. You getting too much attention, you know. And he tried passing the ball, but he still won the championship. You understand what I'm saying? They don't like winners. They don't like constant winners. They don't like that at all. They like people who they can control. And they wanted to bring him to his knees. And when he won the championship. He broke down and cried and thought about his father. And you know, after that, he won a couple of more. Shit, he won 6 in all, for real. You know, but I believe Michael sold our people out, especially with them $100 gym shoes. Now don't get me wrong. I've gotten a whole bunch of Jordan shoes in my day, and people could tell you I had every one that he was coming out with. But when it was time to tell my story, I gave them all away. For real. For free. Easily could have got at least $20 a pair. You understand what I'm saying? They was the originals. But not only that, they were the ones that I put my foot in. Which means if somebody still got the ones that I gave them and I know who I am, guess how much you think they'll be worth for real, for real? Okay then. I ain't got to tell you if you know who I am. If you don't, you might want to keep investigating. More will be revealed. Yeah, but with that said, nobody likes, a person who wins all the time. Nobody likes that. Because especially if they cheating and they know they cheating, taking steroids or whatever, trying to sabotage your career, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. And it's unfortunate what happened to his father, if in fact it happened, because your parents would see what road you going down, and they'll tell the white man, because see, your parents is the white man's best friend before you even become best friends with the white man. You understand what I'm saying? And the white man probably went to Jordan's father and was like, look here, your son needs a lesson in discipline. So we gonna act like you died. You understand what I'm saying? So he can grow up for real, and we can break him and his spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's all it boils down to. They just try to break the best of the best spirit. And the father was probably like, okay, for all that money, hell, you understand what I'm saying? No problem. You know what I'm saying? I watched him grow. Now I gotta let him go. You understand what I'm saying? For real. And as a result, Michael is now married to a white girl, or an Italian or Spanish or something. You understand what I'm saying? See, they broke his spirit. He's no longer with an African American woman. Okay? Yeah. It may sound confusing, but for all you real Michael Jordan fans, you know I ain't lying. Straight up. But it was at the number 45 in baseball that you know, kind of took me for a loop. I had this. I'm talking about myself now, Mary Lee Davis, aka Mary Mack. I had this baseball uh, jersey, and it had my middle name on it, Lee. It was a Sox jersey. I don't know who got it now. I think when I went to prison in 2008 for something I didn't do, I had that jersey on, and I never got my original clothes back. You know what I'm saying? That I went to, the county in for real. That's another story though. But yeah, that jersey, that Sox jersey had Lee on it and 45, the number. Now everybody know that Michael Jordan number was 45 when he was trying to play baseball or whatever and stuff. And man, I was like, what is this all about? Now I'm finna take you to when I was younger. When I was younger, I said I was rebellious, and I was, but only because I was a child abuse victim, being sexually, abused by, teenage predators and stuff. It's a generational curse in the African American community. We've all been fucked. You understand what I'm saying? One way or the other. And I was getting fucked too damn much, and it seemed like somebody was trying to turn me into some kind of demonized person, right? And my foster mother, who was a lot older than, a lot older, she should have been a grandmother or something, because she was like 50 or almost 60 years old or something like that, and I was only about 9. You understand what I'm saying? For real, or 10 at the most. And she used to always tell me, if somebody do anything to you, pick up the nearest thing and try to knock their head off or whatever. This is what she would tell me. This is what they used to tell kids back in the day, for real. Get them off you or whatever. Now ain't nothing wrong with that. But if they are setting a child up for failure, that's not good, because the child doesn't know that they're being set up for failure. And at the time, I didn't know I was being set up for failure. Like now. Straight up. If you know me, you know I ain't lying. If you don't know, study my YouTube page. But anyway, I remember I was at recess, grammar school, and just minding my business, but just like kids do, they bad as hell, right? And it was wintertime. Somebody threw a motherfucker snowball at my ass and hit me. And the only thing I saw was a bat. So the first person I saw, which was a guy, I hit him with the bat. Okay? Now, I know that person who got hit with that bat, if he wasn't brain damaged, you understand what I'm saying? He's still alive, still want to get his lick back. You understand what I'm saying? Because people don't forget stuff like that. But I asked myself, why was the bat even around during recess in the middle of winter, now that I'm older? You understand what I'm saying? See, the devil always needs a victim they can use on display for everybody to say, see, it's her fault. Blame all your problems on Mary Lee Davis, a.k.a. Mary Mack. It's her fault. You understand what I'm saying? No. It's my foster mother's fault. And whoever set me up. That's whose fault it is. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, a child is only going to do what an adult tells them to do because they believe in you. I believed in my foster mother. You understand what I'm saying? I thought she was a friend of mine. You understand? For real, because that's how she was taught, evidently. You understand? But if a person sees your potential and don't want you to reach your highest level of creativity, then of course they're going to always bring people around you to bring you down. Kind of like a Michael Jordan. You understand what I'm saying? They just wanted to break him on national TV. See, he's not that great after all. Look at him, crying like a baby. You understand what I'm saying? Your own folks would do you like that, is what I'm trying to get you to understand. People you trust and believe in would be the main people to bring you down to the lowest form of creativity. You understand? Because they want to be you. Now, with that said, you know, you have to excuse my face because I'm going through some things now, and that's why I'm talking about this subject, rapid fire. You understand what I'm saying? Now, everybody knows me, Mary Lee Davis, a.k.a. Mary Mack, is the modern day Harriet Tubman. Okay, if Harriet Tubman really, really existed for real, for real. See, I only know what a person taught me. You understand what I'm saying? But I believe in what I've been through, okay? Whether Harriet Tubman existed or not, I'm going to still use it as a reference, okay? All right, so everybody knows, even when I was little, that I was a modern day Harriet Tubman, okay? They knew that before I even knew. I knew I was somebody, but I didn't think I would be who I think I am today. And that's definitely a savior for my people, African American, but not only my people, all people. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how wide my story has reached. It's reached all over the world. You understand what I'm saying? For real. People have benefited off of me like Michael Jordan. You understand what I'm saying? For real. Everybody watched Mike, for real, and wanted to be like him. Same way with me. They just don't want to admit it because, you know, of who I am. You know, what I look like. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that they ain't who, you know, I am. They are basically playing a character, which is me. Everybody wants to be like Mary Lee Davis, a.k.a. Mary Mack. I ain't got nothing wrong with that. But, you know, when you cheat me out of being me, then I got a problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? For real. So that's where we at now. You know, I'm here to basically let everybody know that it's hard being me because, you know, I find it very hard being me, considering the circumstances I've had to go through in order to be me. Now, when I said the story about me hitting the guy with the bat, you know, truthfully, I don't know what happened after that. I hope he lived. If there's any way that I can compensate him for his troubles and his family, you know, once this all is over with, they got that no problem. But at the time, I just wanted to make an example out of the first person I saw for real, because of the pain I was going through. See, hurt people hurt people. You understand what I'm saying? We hurt everybody but the one that is inflicting the pain on us. So that's where African Americans are at. We just inflict pain on each other, you know, the next generation after generation after generation after generation, and as a result it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Now, we're going to go off into this gun violence that's supposed to be happening in Chicago. You understand what I'm saying? I say supposedly because I don't believe all them people are dying, to tell you the truth. You know, if it's on the news, people believe that you can believe the news and all that. You can't. I've been in Chicago all my life, for real. And I have yet, and I'm not looking for anybody to die in front of me, but I have yet to see that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just the truth, for real. You know? But I will tell you this. People would bother me when I had got older, right? And I was selling general merchandise on the streets of Chicago. So some told me, you know, go to Indiana and get a pistol from Chuck's gun shop and arm yourself. You know, so I did. You know, I remember one time it was a couple of guys on the train. They was getting on my nerves and stuff, harassing me. I think one of them stole some stuff from me or whatever while I was trying to make some money. I blew it off, no problem. And I seen one of them same guys that stole from me, and I walked up behind him while the train was coming, and I whispered softly in his ear. I said, "Do you remember me?" And he looked at me, and he didn't even remember who I was. I said, "See, you don't even know who I am. The train coming, I could push you in front of the train." That's what I told him. He looked at me with a sense of relief. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I've never been a person who intentionally wanted to inflict pain on a person. Never. And I've been through a whole lot to the point where, you know, man, you just don't know. You just don't know, for real, for real. It would be nothing for me to pull the trigger half the time today because of what I'm going through. But I don't have a gun. I can't get one, and I want one. You understand what I'm saying? For real. And people know not to give me one for the simple fact this next story I'm going to tell you, this is not a bragging right video. Let's get this straight, okay? This is an informative video on how the enemy will do things to you, and as a result, you end up doing something from aggravation, and I can't take it no more, and you just kind of, snap. You lose your mind for a second. You understand what I'm saying? For real. See, that's what the enemy would do. And then blame you for everything. See, it's your fault. But this next story wasn't my fault, okay? I may have done some things towards the end of the story that I wish I could take back, but the beginning, it was all a setup. It's always been a setup when it came to Mary Lee Davis, a.k.a. Mary Mack. Now, I'm up north, right? I was at this bar. It's no longer, it was an all-girls bar. People would go there, shoot pool, dance. This was back in the day, right around the Rodney King incident. Okay, I wrote a story about it in my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors, plus one song, and I called it A Friend in Jesus, Part 1, 2, and 3. So for those who know me know I ain't lying. Pass it on to the people who think I'm lying, okay? This is the honest to God's truth. I'm not looking for no motherfucking bragging rights, no motherfucking bars and stripes on my shirt, none of that. This is just some ceasefire type shit here that I need to say for real, because the founder of ceasefire ain't doing his job for real, for real. This Negro just went to jail for a couple of hours for whooping on his girlfriend. And then, he's out now. And now he's running for, either state senator or governor or some shit, you know what I'm saying? So he's done nothing with the organization called Ceasefire. And I'm putting that out plain, for real. There's been more motherfuckers dying, goddammit, since that organization has started than, anything. If anybody's dying, I gotta say that, for real. But if you tell a lie long enough, people will believe it. But what I'm about to tell you is not a lie. So I believe a lot of stuff is going on because the devil allows a lot of things to happen because that's what they get off on. They get off on African Americans killing each other for a little crumb or two. Now I'm up north around the Rodney King incident, year 91. And man, I'm shooting pool. That's what I used to do. I like shooting pool because when I was younger, I wanted to play basketball, and be good at it, And I used to play with this friend I had when I was younger. About how old was I? I was about 16. We was about the same age, about 16, and she could play real good. Now I believe this was a setup, and I'm gonna say this too, Miss Harris. I believe you set me up on this, okay? You knew that you could play basketball. So somebody must have told you I was a very competitive person. So when I tried to play with you, you knew you could play, and I didn't have my game tight then. You understand what I'm saying? And you would beat me so bad that I would literally cry for real, because after a while I kind of knew she was whooping my ass on purpose, knowing I didn't have the skills that she had for real. And then she and I end up liking the same girl to the point where I almost got the girl name tattooed on my arm, but because I was a friend for real, I didn't, because I didn't want any trouble with the girl that was supposed to be my friend. Okay? Now, I gotta say that. You know what I'm saying? Um, man, the Book of Ruth, boy, I tell you, ain't nothing but love for you though, for real. At the end of the day, so what happened was I no longer, wanted to play basketball. You understand what I'm saying? So some told me, you know what? Try shooting pool. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe you'll be good at that. And as a result, I'm a pretty good pool player. But I've even got my ass whooped in pool before by a man in a wheelchair. I will say that. He beat me out about $60, and that was enough. I was like, you know what? That's a lesson learned. I'm going to put that in my memory bank and use it for future references. You understand what I'm saying? See, I know my limitations. Okay? So, kudos to the guy in the wheelchair. That was a good game and definitely a good lesson. But this lesson here that I'm about to tell you, it was a hard lesson to learn due to the fact, I didn't create this problem. All I wanted to do was go to the party, shoot some pool. Okay? Back then, I always kept a lot of money on me because I was an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't sell drugs. I sold, music, CDs, or tapes at the time, tapes, uh, pantyhose, general merchandise, socks, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And I was, a nice looking person, had a nice car, same car somebody cut my brakes on, put a scratch on. They was hating. You understand what I'm saying? Because the way I look now, in spite of this little fungus on my face I'm going through or whatever, I don't know what it is. I kind of look the same. You understand what I'm saying? For real. They say black don't crack. Hell. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I got a good personality. Women like me. A lot of them for the wrong reason. But, everybody want to be around somebody they feel comfortable with and, is a nice looking person. Okay, granted, I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying? I got a little game like Mike and shit, okay? And on the pool table this night, I was on fire. I couldn't lose. The devil kept sending people from 11 at night to about 2 in the morning, goddammit, or when the bouncer kicked my ass off that motherfucker after the white girl, the last motherfucking person. That's why I got this white do-rag on my head. The last person who was watching me all along thought she can get me, right? She stepped up to the plate. We shot a good game. She had the advantage, but the 8 ball didn't drop. It just kind of went back and forth between the pocket and shit, but it didn't drop. You know why? Because her heart wasn't right. And God was like, you know what? You can't sit back all them hours and watch this girl whoop opponent after opponent after opponent after opponent, try to mimic her and beat her at her own game. See, she should have been playing her game, but she watched me so much. She played my game, and God was like, nope, she ain't going out like that. And then when I called the shot and it went in, I extended my hand to her for her to shake my hand like, no big thing, maybe next time. But she couldn't take it. Why? Because all she was looking at, a nigga whooping people over and over and over again, winning. It was the winning that I was doing that she couldn't take. You understand what I'm saying? And when I extended my hand for her to shake it, she pushed me. And that's when the devil came out of me. See, I've never been the type of person to back down from a white person, a Mexican, a black, an African. None of that. Never, ever. Real motherfuckers will tell you that. This ain't bragging rights. This is just for real. You understand what I'm saying? I don't back down from no motherfucking body. Nobody. I don't give a fuck who the fuck they is. You understand? Police. Nobody and shit. If you wrong, you wrong. All I would have done was shook that damn girl's hand. I would have paid for us to play again because she was really that good. She had me nervous. Out of all the people I played, she had me nervous. And now I know why. Because she never meant me any good from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? For real. And as a result, you know, the bouncer kicked me out. Come to find out she was friends with the people in the bar that worked the bar, you know. And when I tried to get back in, even after the bouncer told me, let it blow over a couple of weeks, we'll let you back in, they would never let me in. I get dressed, come from the south side, go to the north side, and they would never let me in and stuff, right? And then a friend of mine told me, she said, look, the girl who asked you whooped for real, she never left. And I couldn't understand that, you know, because I'm not a prejudiced person, for real. I just couldn't understand it, you know. But that's racism. Around the same time, Rodney King was getting his ass whooped by the fucking police. You understand what I'm saying? So, because motherfuckers couldn't stand Mary Lee Davis, a.k.a. Mary Mack, for some reason or another, you know, because they know I'm a modern day fucking Harriet Tubman trying to free my people mentally, you know, for real, and financially, and all kind of other leads. You understand what I'm saying? They've been trying to discredit me since they was aware of the fact of my abilities to be able to free my people. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, one day I was like, man, here go $50. Can I get in now? It's a month later. I heard she in there. She never left. You know, I'm very adamant. And, you know, they couldn't deny the fact. And they was like, okay, cool, we'll let you in. A month later go by. I'm sitting on my motherfucking car. You know, the one they cut the brakes and scratched up, you know, because of jealousy. I'm sitting on the hood of my car with this stud broad that looked, you know, aggressive like me and shit. She talking crazy. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I get off my own car, leave her on my motherfucking car. Didn't say she had to move for nothing. And I went in the party just trying to get away from bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Because everywhere I go, trouble follows me. You feel me? I'm just like Tupac, for real, when it comes to that. And, you know, I went and sat down next to some girl and shit. She looked fine as hell. I ain't gonna even lie. I want to call her name. I want to say she was Michelle Obama. But I can't even tell the truth on that, for real, because I don't know for sure. But, you know, my spirit say Michelle Obama. For real. You understand what I'm saying? Now, only Michelle knows if I'm lying or not. But this girl was so fine. I sat down and started talking to her and stuff, you know. I was just about to get her number. And this drag queen, you know, who was just a troublemaker from the start, had the nerve to say, to me, while I'm trying to holler at the girl and shit, he was like, he was the MC of a drag queen show, right? And the show was about to start, and I was in the front trying to prepare myself to watch the show, get away from bullshit. And of course, the bullshit followed me, and you know, motherfuckers still mad because the white girl got her ass whooped, not only in pool but physically. You understand what I'm saying? Couldn't take it, and they kept coming at me. Now the drag queen is coming at me. And the drag queen was like, I heard when you was in the parking lot sitting on your car, you was talking about my mama. So the girl next to me must have said some dumb shit to him, trying to jump start some shit that I did not never say, because I don't get down like that. I don't play with people mamas like that, for real. You understand what I'm saying? But of course, it's all bullshit. So I'm like, that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you talking about. Anybody that was doing all the talking was the girl next to me and shit. You understand what I'm saying? For real. And, you know, they didn't want it. acknowledge the truth. So at the end, the drag queen talked about me so bad, talked about my mama so bad, said that I looked like Celie in the color purple, and a bunch of bullshit. Mentioned Oprah name. I was like, where the fuck did that come from? And then next thing I knew, I threw a chair at the motherfucker. Motherfucker bouncers come, tell me to fucking get the fuck out. Everybody laughing at me and shit. I feel like Carrie at the motherfucker, prom and shit. You understand what I'm saying? After the blood was getting spilt on her and shit. You understand what I'm saying? She just spazzed the fuck out from there. That's how I felt. So I told the drag queen, okay, motherfucker, I cussed his ass out. Bouncer put me out. I went and got a fucking bat out of my motherfucking trunk, right? I said, bring your faggot ass out here. I ain't want to go in, or whatever. The motherfucker didn't want to come out. So after that, put the bat back in my motherfucking car, jumped in my fucking driver's seat, grabbed my motherfucking gun from up under the seat, drove up to the front of the motherfucking party, and started popping. You understand what I'm saying? For real, for real. Because I felt like this ain't God's house at all. You understand what I'm saying? But I ain't want to hurt nobody. You understand what I'm saying? I just want motherfuckers to know, motherfucker, I could have came in and blew your fucking head off and shit. I just want you to fucking duck now. You understand what I'm saying? For real. So as a result, and I gotta say this, before I did that, when I gave the lady the $50, it was for because prior to that, they was telling me I can come back and forth all the time. And I got tired of coming from the south side to the north side getting denied. So I put a lock on the front door and locked everybody in the motherfucking party, okay? And the fire department had to come and unlock everybody and shit, okay? That's what happened before the gunplay and shit. And then, after the incident with the drag queen, that's when the gunplay came into play. And, I tried to get away from the party, for real. And I drove fast as I could trying to get to the expressway going south. And before I could, it was a red stoplight. And the white cop pulled up beside me and shit. I looked at the white cop, which was a male. He looked at me, and next thing I know, I had the right of way. And I went and buried the gun on these train tracks, around my sister's house. Because my sister, my oldest sister, she ain't nothing nice either. But I already made a story about a video about her and shit. You understand what I'm saying? I just didn't want the gun no more, okay? So I buried it. But then I tried to come back for it, and it was gone. You understand what I'm saying? Now, everybody kept asking me. I'm still out there selling my stuff. They asked me, Lee, that's my middle name, Lee. It was like, damn, we heard you locked up the party. You done shot up the party. What's going on? And I was like, what happened and stuff. I said, everything okay? Everybody was like, yeah, everything's okay. But, I was like, okay, well, I got to get this money. You understand what I'm saying? For real. Basically, I just wanted people to know that it could have been worse than what it was. You understand what I'm saying? For real. All because somebody of a different race didn't want to shake my damn hand. You understand what I'm saying? So, when I got back to the crib, my ex-girlfriend, she's very connected to the city and the police. So I told her to call up to the place. I said, damn, call up to the place. This was after I buried the gun. And ask the people what happened and stuff. Is everybody okay? Because I was nervous for real. But when the police let me go, I thought that was kind of strange, And then, so I asked her, and sure enough, she said that everybody was okay, just somebody got cut on their ankle or something, a cut on their ankle. So I was relieved. I was thankful and grateful and stuff. But that always was on my mind. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, how the fuck do I get rid of away with something like that? This shit got to be bigger than Mary Lee Davis, a.k.a. Mary Matt. For real. So years went by, I still carried pistols or whatever and stuff, but I wasn't trying to hurt nobody, and as a result, I haven't carried one since, man, let me see, 2000 and, oh no, since 1995, I haven't had one, for real, and I want to say big ups to my stepson for that. Regardless of his intentions, it all paid off for real, for real. You understand what I'm saying? Him telling the police that, you know, I had a gun. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to say big ups for that in your own way, knowing or not, you was looking out for a loved one. So my other video, I said you need to step up sometime. You did step up, and I want to thank you. So, yeah, I haven't carried a gun since then. You understand what I'm saying? But I did trick a nigga with a BB gun one time and shit, but, you know, knowing my ex-girlfriend, she told the nigga that it wasn't real and shit. You understand what I'm saying? But that's because motherfuckers, they always on my trail. I don't know if they good or bad for me and shit. You understand what I'm saying? But I know I got to tell this video. I got to tell this story. You understand what I'm saying? For real. So I don't carry guns no more. And, you know, my intentions was never to hurt anyone. Never. And I'm hoping that's the honest to God's truth. For real, for real. The bar is no longer a gay bar with girls. Now it's called Charlie's. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to call it Charlie's Angels. For real. Straight up. Or tricks of the kids. Or you understand what I'm saying? I don't know. You know? I don't know what to call it. But I'm hoping, because I gave Charlie that bar, I gave him the story, my story, so he know I'm not lying. But what I can't understand is the police department that could have very well arrested me was number, I think it was the 24th precinct, but now it's the 19th precinct. That's why I'm doing this video on the 19th, because I want something to come out of this besides a motherfucker hitting me in my head with a baseball bat or trying to blow my motherfucking head off for something that I never ever intended to take place. For real, for real. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, even if you push a nerd over and over and over again, and everybody knows nerds usually don't fight back, okay? But if you program a child from early on, you know what I'm saying, eventually they gon', you know, they gonna be that program you set out for them. You understand? So basically, I ceased fire a long time ago, 1995. So if it's a lot of gunplay happening in Chicago because the word got around that I got away for popping my motherfucking pistol back in the day, you can't blame me for that, because I put mine down in 1995 thanks to my stepson. For real, for real. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say I don't know about all these so-called killings that's going on in the world. I can't attest to that because I have yet to see one. For real, for real. Now, if people want to blame me for whatever and not the real source, and that's Chuck's gun shop in Indiana and all the rest of these gun shops, you want to blame me, right? You can't blame me. You can't. I don't make them. I don't even distribute them. You understand what I'm saying? That came in our neighborhood with crack cocaine. Around the same time Rodney King got his ass whooped. The same time the white girl pushed me. The same time Michael Jordan, you had to get on his knees and cry in front of everybody. You see where I'm going with this? You cannot blame one person that ain't got no power, for real, you know, for some shit that been happening all along. See, everybody looking for scapegoats and want to make me the next victim, and that's why I've been going through all the shit I've been going through. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to attest to this whether you hear it or not, like it or not, or want to deal with it or not. I take control or I take responsibility for my actions. I didn't have to go to prison in 2008, but I knew the part that I played in two incidents that I wish I wouldn't have never done as an adult. And one is when I went into church while I was going through a whole bunch of emotional problems, and I beat this lady up. She said, take the purse, take the purse. I didn't want the money. I just wanted to release my pain. You understand what I'm saying? And I beat this lady up. 2 is when I shot up the fucking party. Those are the 2 that really, really stayed on my heart, for real, for real. Now the guy with the bat, I was young. I blame that on my foster mother. She was way older than me. You understand what I'm saying? But the things that I do as an adult, you know, I have to take responsibilities for, because I am an adult. I try not to make mistakes, but I'm only human. And when people are coming at you every which way but loose, sometimes, people lose it. And that's why we have to get rid of these guns and pick up, boxing again and karate and, slap boxing, things of that nature, or not fight at all. You understand what I'm saying? For real. But definitely we got to stop the violence. We got to cease fire, for real, because, we losing too many potential leaders. And that's what the enemy wants. They want to cut the leader off before they reach their highest form of leadership. But I believe people are starting to wake up in Chicago and realize that it don't take all that. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I don't get my dream drop-top Cadillac truck that I want, okay, it was a dream like Martin Luther King. But the reality is we need to stop, hating on one another because we have a dream. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody has a gift, and God blesses every child that comes into this world. You just have to find out what your gift is. That's why I don't get mad that Eminem, got in the rap game and pretty much copied my style. I don't get mad at that because that was not my gift. My gift was to tell you the story now and allow all my enemies, because I know they want to be, they God's child too. You understand what I'm saying? Some children, it's like Michael Jackson's story. You remember the Jackson story? Randy, the little brother, he wanted to be Mike so bad. He was trying his hard, and they was hardest out. Excuse me. And he was trying, right? And they was about to cut him from the group, just like the coach was about to cut Michael Jordan in his high school team. Or he did cut him. And Michael Jordan still, you understand what I'm saying? He still flew from the free throw line to the basket. See, some people miss their opportunity in life, and they don't want you to get yours. That's what it boils down to, for real. And a lot of people see my gifts, because I don't have just one. I got a lot of gifts, and I can even play basketball now. Why? Because I practice. You understand what I'm saying? If me and my best friend was to go at it now, I think I'd give her a run for her money, for real. But if you already ahead of the game, and the person is so far behind, and then you continue to shit on them knowing they trying, that's not a friend. That's a hater. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I had to leave her where she was at and find out what my gift is. And then maybe in the future, she and I can for real play a game that's not going to inflict any pain this time. So for you, Pilar Harris, I know it's always been about roof love, for real. You know what I'm saying? I would never ever take somebody you love and make them mine just because, I might look like a star in your eye. You understand what I'm saying? That's not me. Anybody that knows me knows I've always stepped away from the spotlight to allow people to grow. But now it's my turn to grow. For real. I'm tired of being like Randy Jackson, looking at Michael wondering why nobody see me for who I am. You understand what I'm saying? For real. I'm I'm going to say this before closing. I'm going to say this. You see this little umbrella? It's little, right? You see this ball? And I want y'all to do this because, I've done it more than once to let me know God is good. You know the little basket you hang on the door? The basket? Yeah. With the backboard you hang on the door that go with this ball? Well, I've taken this umbrella, hit this ball in the basket more than once. And every time I said, I bet Michael Jordan can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to learn to be different. Everybody don't want to be like Mike. Allen Iverson, my fault. He just wanted to be him. But because y'all blew Michael Jordan up, he had to go overseas. You understand what I'm saying? For people to pay attention to him. That's why that same car that people was trying to fuck up, it said Rise Up 3. What number is the answer? 3. Allen Iverson number was number 3. You understand what I'm saying? For real. My license plate read Rise Up 3. But as a result of what I did and my conscience bothering me, I sold the car. I love that car. It was a 79 Cutlass that had white leather seats. You understand what I'm saying? It was nice. It really was. But I sold it for a bunch of music, cassette tapes, to an Arab to let them know. You can't shit on me. Farrakhan, for real. You might as well, you know what I'm saying, for real. Malcolm X, your boys, y'all can't shit on me, for real. I gave you that car, for real. I love that car. Every car I had, I cleaned it up and gave it away for a little bit of nothing. You know why? Because I could feel the pressure. It wasn't my time, evidently. So I allowed my enemies to get as much as they could. So when my time comes, you can't say, God ain't good. You nerve me, right? I know. But God is good all the time. For real. I got too much to say left, man. I'm trying to figure out. So we're going to have to cease the fire regardless all around the world. What I did was not right. I went to prison when I didn't have to go, not once but twice. You understand what I'm saying? All the cover-ups y'all trying to do, everything happened in the dark, come to the light. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still being set up to this day, for real. So, my story hasn't ended yet, but I'm hoping this video can, get a lot of people to think before they react, even when their back is against the wall. For real. Because that was just, that was crazy. For real. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. For real. And if it all come down to it, and they use this video against me, that's how it's supposed to happen for me. That's how it's supposed to go out. You can't run from God. Everybody's got to stand accountable and be judged individually. So, I hope my dream is a drop-top Cadillac truck and not that lock behind me and stuff. For real. I really do. Only time will tell, but I got to tell the story for real. So with that, please stop the violence. I apologize, and anybody I got you, for real. I tried everything possible to redeem myself, but ain't nothing worse than your conscience bothering you, for real. And that's why I'm emptying my past mistakes out on YouTube. But believe me when I tell you, I've been set up from a baby on up because of people's jealousy towards me. For real. And I've been trying my best to be good, but sometimes, like the Rodney King, you understand what I'm saying? That shit don't feel good, man. For real. It don't feel good. And eventually, a motherfucker start swinging back. But we ain't got to.